Well, it's a nice day for a paint today, so I thought I'd go down to a local historic landmark, which is an old hut that I can't actually remember the name of it. I'll put it in the description, but it's an old, looks like a slate hut. There's actually a slate mine just down the road that is obviously decommissioned. It collapsed in the 1800s apparently on a Saturday, and I thought what better time, nice day, it's getting warm, but I'm nearly finished. I'm actually testing out my new painting rig, which is basically a paint box attached to the back of my bike, and it's a Meeden pochade box, and I've just been sort of standing at this vantage point with the sort of light coming in diagonally. The box itself is I haven't changed anything on the box. I've just been making these little boards out of primed masonite, which slide in underneath this underneath the box. So anyone who knows these pochade boxes knows you can store a couple of different sizes. So I just cut them to size. I'm just doing a bit of oiling out and a bit of tonal work. Haven't done much plein air for a while, so just trying to keep it reasonably simple, but the structure itself is quite complicated, the light coming through it and stuff, but I'm having a good time. So I'm just having a bit of a break before I put some of the highlights in, and I'll just show you the bike. So it's an old GT Avalanche. I bought it off my brother probably 10 or 12 years ago, and it's a great little bike. It's probably the only drawback is it doesn't have disc brakes, but you can actually buy them and attach them to it, so that's something that's on the cards. You can see there's little mounting points on there, so that's fine. Yeah, so basically I love riding my bike around. I've got a new, I guess, enjoyment out of riding. It's very hilly around our area, and I'm not a huge fan of hills like most people. I just want to go for a ride and look around. A bit of fresh air and things. So I've attached a kit to my bike to make it an electric bike, which you've probably already noticed. So it's not a great, it's not a perfect setup, but it's a Tongsheng torque assist motor. I think it's rated at 500 watts maximum, but of course I've got it under that to the legal limits of our state and territories, which is 250 watts or something. I've got the battery's it's a 48 volt motor, and basically, yeah, it's pedal assist, and the torque sensing helps you with I guess the more effort you put in, the more it helps you, and you can set it to different power levels and things like that. The battery's probably overkill for this particular setup, but I sort of have plans of riding like longer distances once this is set up properly, and I might even get a little trailer and things like that. So the battery's a 48 volts, 20 amp hour battery, which will probably get me more kilometres than I would actually be able to ride without getting a sore backside and everything else. So I do have another seat on my other bike with a suspension rig on it to help with shock absorption and things, but with this on the back I don't really ride very fast anyway. I guess it's not a super practical setup. It's the box I made is just on a standard pack rack, and the box is just made out of marine ply that I put together and made some little fittings, just little whatever they're called, clips, and attached the tray itself to the pack rack with bolts and fasteners and things, and it's very sturdy. I've been riding around with it on for a long time, and yeah, it's custom made to fit this particular box. What else? I've got a couple of bags, just little bags tucked away. So I've got one under there, got one here for the phone and things like that. It's just cheap from Kmart. This one is from Rock Bros online. It's a pretty good, reasonably priced waterproof bag. So if I get caught out in the wet, I can put my phone and camera in that, and yeah, and this is the display for the motor. So it's all pretty simple. I I had tried it a few times, just packing a tripod and the pochade box and things like that, but I thought, wouldn't it be cool to combine the two? So that's what I've done. The big hurdle was standing the bike up, and I'm still not 100% happy with it, but as you can see, it is standing up, and it's on a bit of a rise. Like, it's a sort of a, I don't know, can't remember what angle it would be, maybe 15-degree angle. So it is fine if it's leaning, if the bike's on a rise or I guess a downhill area, it's fine, but anything side to side, it'll tip with this particular setup. So it's one of these sort of workshop, something you put in your garage just to stand your bike up, and I just attach that to the top of the box, and I've got ties for that as well. It's a bit clunky, but the problem is the kickstands. Well, the kickstand that goes on the side, the bike leans over. So I don't want the bike leaning over because I want to be able to paint and have it straight, and it's perfect for my height. And the other stands that flip the bike up and raise the back wheel, they take up the same space as the motor. So they sort of go into this little spot here, if you can see that little area, which is where the motor attaches. So it's a bit of a tricky one, and I haven't quite figured out the best solution yet. And if you've got any ideas, let me know. I can attach this stand to the front wheel as well. I can roll it onto the front wheel. I was considering actually just leaning the bike against this large stone sculpture monument, but I thought, no, I want to try actually using the stand. So I'm sort of going up a hill now and standing above the bike. So it is on quite a rise, and it hasn't moved. It hasn't given me any trouble since I started painting about an hour ago. So it is working pretty well. The other thing is I can tie around the wheel there and attach it, so that doesn't move too much. That little I guess area that's wrapping around the tyre, that's sort of holding it all in place. But unless I think it'd be harder with drawing. If I was drawing something, I'd be sort of moving the board around a little bit and putting pressure on it. Like it'd be sort of doing this sort of thing. And you can see the bike sort of moving around a little bit. It'd probably just be a little bit distracting. I'd be worried I'm going to drop the bike. And it's quite top heavy. With the big battery, that's probably 5 kilograms. And that's probably 4 kilograms. And then there's the rack and the box. So it's probably, well over 10 kilograms sitting high on the bike. It is something I have to be conscious of. And the other thing is the box itself. I cut myself a deep cut on my shin the other day when I hopped off the bike. I swung my leg over, and got a nice little gouge on my shin. It's just the dangers of being an artist. But yeah, I thought I'd just share that with you. And if you want to know anything about specifics or anything, like, it's all done on a budget. It's all just cheap things or things I've made just to suit my needs. And the little fasteners, they're just from the hardware store. I just bought them in a kit. These little plastic fasteners. If I can zoom in on that, the light's a bit bad, but yeah, I just made them up to size. It's about $20 for all I needed, and that's about it. That's about it for now. So I'm just going to try and finish this painting and get back home before it gets too hot. Feels like it's about 30 degrees in the shade here right now. It's going to be 39 today here, so I want to wrap this up and get home, maybe have a cool drink. Okay, have a good one. Yeah, so here it is. I've just done a little oil study for an hour and a half or so. The light's really starting to get pretty harsh, and it's definitely warming up out here, so I'm going to pack it up for now. Gold from the Mount Alexander goldfields was discovered in this gully by Christopher John Peters in 1851, and there was some associates there as well, which you can read below. And this can is the gift of R. Owen Owens and was unveiled by him in 1931. And here's how it looks, all packed up, ready to go back home. So it just fits fairly neatly on the box little tray, and I've got 2 lots of fasteners, so one for the stand here and the other for the box, and that fastener for the box is actually attached to the box. It sort of loops underneath. I've got like a little guide there, hard to see. I've got little runners there so it doesn't fall off. I've got to figure out something to do with the ones for the stand, but I'm still trialling the stand, so I can always use it at home anyway. But yeah, that's how it looks packed up. It's not too bad. So it is officially called the Specimen Gully Hut, and this is Specimen Gully Road. So it goes as part of the Goldfields track, I think, which goes from, I think, Dalesford all the way to Bendigo, which is quite a long way. And yeah, we've got this sign here with some information about the gully where the gold rush began, 1851. Sort of similar information to on the monument. And got Bridget Worley with her spaniel there, hanging out. Looks like little dog needs a bit of a wash, but looks like he's happy, or she. 51. A few guys were secretly prospecting in Specimen Gully looking for shallow alluvial gold in the creek bed. 4 men are working on Mount Alexander Sheep Run, but they know gold is here. Peters had found a few specks on 20th of July. It was ridiculed as fool's gold, but they believe it's the real thing, so they keep digging, and then they find it, a rich vein of gold. And that was the beginning. This whole area has been mined quite heavily back in the day, and who knows, maybe they'll come back and get the rest one day. But the big head honchos might find this place again. I'm sure they've got it on their list. So there you go.